Hey everyone, this is Darren, and today I will be painting the little mushroom man from Bones. The reason being, I painted one at ReaperCon 2017, and I had fun with him. This was just me painting while I was waiting around for things to happen. But anyway, I kind of liked the little scheme. I'm not going to do blue, but jump in really quick. We've got golden skin, which is one of the Reaper skin triads. We're going to use that for the base coat. Up here is the brilliant red that I'll use for the mushrooms. We might make those spotted mushrooms too. And then the highlight is going to be fair highlight, which, if you notice, that's not the correct skin tone highlight, but one of my little things is to go one further than we should. So I'm going to start up on the mushroom area here, and that's so that can have a chance to dry and we can paint those. I do not know if this will be a one-shot video or a episodic. He's got a butt. Episodic series. Even so, this is going to be a speed paint regardless of which way. But we'll probably just have 2 videos, if anything. And I do have this on the wet palette, but I have not mixed any water into it, so it's straight out of the bottle. My paint, though, is pretty old, so it could be a little thicker than normal. But again, speed paint, don't care. Focused. Trying something new with my camera, so hopefully it works out. Yeah, right now I'm looking at this paint and I'm thinking it's pretty thick for what I'd really like it to be. Notepad. I tried putting the camera fairly close to the desk. Well, a lot closer to the desk. But this way I'm not trying to put the camera up close to the... No, reverse that. I'm not trying to put the figure up close to the camera. Oh, and I should mention it was primed in brown liner. We might have to let this dry in between coats because it's not covering very well, but looks like it is getting close to being dried on the back here anyway, so I may just do 2 coats on video. Trying a new thing. I think I said that. Trying a new thing. I am actually painting, well, I'm painting, obviously. I am painting by watching the video instead of the figure. And it's a little weird to do that. But I'm trying to keep things in focus better. Hello, this is what we're painting. See? See, camera? Not the background. Thank you. Stupid camera. I guess I shouldn't say I'm painting by watching the video screen, because that's really impossible. But I've got it in front of me instead of to the side, so hopefully I catch it a little bit more quick. Mostly it's probably just me being lazy, because I could use the software that came with the camera to get it on exactly what I'm painting, but doing it that way takes like 3 more steps, 3 times as long. I think I've mentioned that in other videos. We really want to go and paint all here, but not yet. It's still a little wet. Did I say little wet? I probably did. And of course, if you're painting this in a more humid environment, I think today I'm sitting at 20% humidity. It's supposed to be higher inside the house. I think we're at 30 in the house, but still pretty dry. So my paint does dry really quick. Paint on the brush, it works better. Come on, seriously? I know you can focus on that. Stop focusing on the background. Urgh. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Should have a topic to talk over while I'm doing this. Hobby news or something like that. Yeah, I'd say, oh, how about that certain caster that's closing his own company and no longer going to be doing it. Ooh, hair. Mushroom men do not have hair. And now I got my paint too thin. I didn't wipe the brush off well enough. But maybe that is okay. Get the mushroom crutch there. And I don't intend to, get a full, complete coverage on them. Well, I say him, but it might not be a him. And there's a Wikipedia bunny hole to go down to. What gender are fungi? Probably not. And probably not male or female. Okay. I can probably go in and touch up paint where needed. But I think for now, the paint's on a little thick, so I'm going to have to let that dry. And so we'll be back in a moment when that's dry. Yeah. So everything's dry now, and I'm going to be jumping into that fair highlight, which actually is really thick on my palette, so let's just dump a little water. Looks like I hadn't used that color in a long time. And I'm just going to put it right on the top there. And then just start touching the tops of things I see. Roll on highlight. And get into his upper lip here. Give him a little milk mustache. Its toes. And a little bit on the folds here. A little bit more up on top of his shoulder. And go on the mushroom butt. Gotta get the mushroom butt. Maybe just a tad on there. And okay, let that dry. Gonna dive into the red color that I already put there. frame. Just painting all the little mushrooms on his back. Get the mushrooms on his leg. That needs a little bit more work. He's got some under his arm here. Big one on the leg there. I messed that one up. We'll paint that one back with the base color. We'll get those in a bit. I was letting the highlight dry. What I'm going to do now is listen to the dogs play with the squeaky toy. And I'm just going to mix you guys are just gonna have to listen to the squeaky. There's no way of getting around that one. But I now have my mix here. I have it too thick on the brush. And then we're just gonna go around and feather between the two. And maybe I'm thinking we went too strong on the highlights. But oh well. We'll just deal with it. Some more of my color. And let's try working back. I'm not going to feather this. I'll just paint in between on the line. And maybe that color works. Yeah, we're speed painting it anyway. Maybe he's hanging out in a really bright area too. Don't like that I can see the line, so I'm going over all that again. And back to the bush from butt. Feather that one. Good stroke it on the bottom. Guess in more ways than one. Silly squeaky toy. My. It's time for their breakfast and they haven't had any yet. So this is my punishment for actually doing hobby stuff while they're hungry. Do. Right there got really light. Don't know why. Well, okay, because I put too much paint on there, but anyway. Back up here. Might just go ahead and get rid of most of that white to begin with. Just give it a very light brushing, just to knock it back some. I suppose it could also mix up a slight wash, glaze, whatever you want to call it. I like his lip. Need to get those a bit more. Tentacles look fine. Squeaky toy is in fine form. Go ahead and get that there. Maybe a little bit there. Back in his toes. Shoulder. Focus. Okay. Back on his butt. Yeah, too stark white there. Go over that. Okay. So, let's see, I ran out of pretty much everything. I'm going to take that same highlight and we'll just mix up a little pink here. A little bit more white. I'm not going to go super bright like I did with the other stuff. And it's just top the middle pieces of each one of those little mushrooms. Okay. Now, I think I'll go ahead and paint all the ones on top with that pink color. No, I don't like it. I'm just gonna go straight into the red. And we'll just highlight these like we did on my other one. probably not even spending the same amount of time I did Reapercon on this one. So of course the quality will show. It won't be nearly as... I will not be nearly as happy with this one as the other one. Ah, I really messed that one up. Difference between painting for fun and painting on camera. I'm going to leave that... thought I was going to leave that bump, but it's kind of blended into everything. Squeaky toy. Dog bed is right at the top of the vent above me. Although I guess I could post up a video of nothing but squeaky toy for an hour. Probably get more views. I mean, who doesn't like squeaky toy? Squeaky toy is the bomb. Yes? Yes. And that one got too big, but we'll leave it. Okay. So I'm going back into just my pure base color because that one needs painting back. And that one needs a little bit there. And then down here, that mushroom was too big. Paint it back. Kind of need a mix between. All I did was dip that base colored paint into the highlight color, so I'm trying to blend that just a little bit better. That works. Squeaka, 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 squeaka. Oh, I see a spot where I missed trying to blend that in. I've got a part I'm going to cut out here in a second. But it was the clock was going off. And I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, was sitting here looking at the highlights going, oh, I went too far, I went too far. Looking on the camera, it looks really stark. But looking at it in real life, those highlights are not as bright as it looks on camera for me. Although his upper lip might be a little bit too much. I'll just paint back the highlight a bit. Paint up in his forehead just because. Now I'm going to dip into that pink color I made. And too much paint. I'm just going to touch the tops of each one of those little sesame seed looking things. That one's going to be hard because it's merely paint. Then you could use a little bit more red. You gonna focus on it? Are you? No, it's not. Anyway, don't want to give him red eyes, but I don't have a good color here, so we're just going to go with the 294. This is actually intended to be base color, well, the base color, the color on the walking path. I can't remember if I... There you go. I think I painted it a dark green first, and then washed it with that, was it alien goo? I think so. So what I've got here is the turf green, and just straight on the palette. Turn the palette around so I can reach it easy, and just gonna put it in frame and then paint. Pretty standard. Paint everything that's on the little base here. Awkward silence. I guess I could get the dog to do the squeaky toy again. Have something semi-less interesting to listen to while I paint a dead simple base coat on the base. You can see the paint's already dried on the side I started painting. Oh, I got it up on his leg, his toe. Right there, there's green. Let's see if I can focus it on her. Base coat to the rescue. Done. Okay. And normally you let that dry, then do the wash, but I'm going to put a drop of water on the palette and just make, oh, I guess I could show it. I got a really watery soup there, and I'm just going to dump it directly onto the still wet green paint. I kind of thought this would be kind of a cool glowing effect. Starting to mix on my palette too, which is why I didn't use the real color. I moved it over. Okay, I didn't actually plan that, but it's a happy thing. The entire reason to put that green paint on the palette was to do his eyes. And guess what we did not do? Okay, so I'm switching brushes here. And that is a horrible eye. That one was good. Let's see, oops, too much water. Just doing my little scrubby magic trick. Get to the other brush that's got more sucking power. And just dab up all that paint and water. Okay. It's not dry enough. So, I'm going to switch to stone gray here. Find another spot on the Reynolds parchment paper. Don't need a whole lot, just need a little bit. Except it's not really that dry either. I was going to do the stones, but let's just pick out the ones we can. Anything that shows through, well, that's just moss. I've actually got a lot more paint on here than I normally would. Not sure why that's important to me right now, but it is. I'm trying to hit all the semi-dry ones. It's not really working that well. It's really too dry, too wet. So, let's try that eye again. Yeah, that works. And should we go for a pupil or just make him glowing? Let's go with glowing. So, just took some of the straight paint, made a thin wash again. I'll wipe off some of it. And get this in frame and in focus. There we go. Start with the eye that's already done. I'm just gonna... Basically it's a OSL technique. But I don't know that it's coming across very well. Yeah, maybe it did. At least it kind of looks like something. That kind of works. Painting his eyebrows. Okay. So, let us attempt the rest of the stones. That one's still really wet, so I'm going to dab it there and then let it go. You've got a lot of stuff under you. I've almost got a drop of paint that I'm just dabbing on. Drying effect, pull it to where it needs to be. It's got too much stuff there, but oh, little trick. Turn it so you can see. Base coat. Dab of the pink. Fleshy color. In frame. In focus. Just put a little bit on his lip, maybe. Maybe a little bit on the upper. Yeah, that looks good. Might put a little bit on the side of his mouth here. And under his arm. Why not? Anyway, I'm not going to try blending the reds in. We'll let that little mushroom guy dry and call him done. No. Go back in, mix up a little bit more of my blend color. I don't like that one right there. And maybe a little bit more on his leg here. That's not blended very well. Call that good. The rosy stuff didn't work very well, so we'll just cover over it. Okay, now I'm calling it good. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and have a good one. Stay in focus. Stay in focus. Stay in focus. Look at me. Nope. Anyway. Ugh. And then I just noticed his eye. Not really a lot there in the corner, so just give it a little bit of wash. Okay. Now I'm done. Talk to you later. Bye.